Practical business English for real careers. From English that pays with Claire.
Okay, picture this. You've spent a week on a proposal. It's perfect. The strategy is airtight, the deliverables are crisp, you even use their brand font. You hit send, feeling like $1,000,000. You're already spending the money in your head.
Oh, I know this feeling. The refresh on the inbox.
Exactly. And then it comes, the reply. Your heart jumps, you open it, and there they are, the 7 words that curdle your blood. This is a bit out of our budget.
The worst. It's like a punch in the gut. Instantly, all that confidence just drains away.
And that's the moment where most people completely lose the deal. The immediate reaction is panic. It's a fight or flight response, and most of us choose flight. We immediately think, I have to lower my price.
Right, because it feels like rejection. They're not just rejecting the price, they're rejecting you, your work, your value.
That's the trap. We confuse a price objection with a personal rejection. But here's the absolute first rule you have to burn into your brain. Too expensive is almost never about the number.
Okay, say more about that, because on the surface, it feels exactly like it's about the number.
It's a code. Too expensive is polite shorthand for I don't see the value yet, or you haven't connected the price to the result in a way that makes sense to me. The second you offer a discount, you confirm their suspicion that the price was inflated to begin with. You destroy trust and your margin in a single sentence.
Okay, so we're not panicking, we're not discounting. What are we doing?
We're getting curious. We're treating it as an invitation to a better conversation. And we have 5 specific techniques to do it. The first and most important is what I call the pause and probe.
The pause and probe, I like it.
It's simple. Never respond immediately. Your silence is powerful. Take a breath, then you ask a clarifying question to understand what too expensive actually means. Here's the script. I appreciate you sharing that. Can I ask, is it the total investment or is it more about the timing and cash flow right now?
Ooh, that's good. You're giving them 2 distinct paths. It's not just a vague budget issue anymore.
Exactly. A total investment problem is a value problem. A timing problem is a payment terms problem. They are completely different issues that require different solutions. You can't solve it until you diagnose it. Which brings us to technique number 2, the value reframe. This is for when you suspect it's a value problem. You have to shift their focus from cost, which is a scary negative, to return, which is an exciting positive.
So you're making them do the math on the upside.
Precisely. The script is, I hear you. Let me put it differently. If this solves X problem and saves you Y hours per week, what would that be worth to your business over the next 6 months?
Ooh, that puts them on the spot a little bit, doesn't it? What if they don't have an answer?
That's the entire point. If they can't articulate the value of solving the problem, then either you've pitched to the wrong person or you've misunderstood the problem. It forces a conversation about the return on investment. The cost is only an issue in the absence of value.
Okay, that makes sense. So what if the budget is genuinely fixed? They see the value, but the cash is just not there.
Perfect lead-in to technique number 3, the scope adjustment. The golden rule here is don't discount your price, reduce your scope. You are a professional, not a flea market.
So you're not doing the same work for less money. You're doing less work for less money.
Exactly. You protect your value. The script sounds like this. I don't want to cut quality to hit a number. What if we started with phase 1 only, the core deliverable that solves your most urgent problem, and built from there?
That's a partnership move. It shows flexibility while holding the line on your worth. It's not a discount, it's a different, smaller package.
Now, technique 4 is a bit of a power move. It's the comparison anchor. Often clients say too expensive because they're comparing you to a cheaper option or to the idea of doing nothing at all. You need to re-anchor their comparison.
How do you do that without sounding defensive?
With a curious tone. You say, totally understand. Out of curiosity, what does your current approach cost you in time, errors, or missed opportunity?
Whoa, okay, that slips the script. It forces them to calculate the cost of inaction. They're no longer comparing your price to 0, they're comparing it to the pain they're already in.
That's the anchor. Suddenly, your fee isn't an expense, it's an investment to stop a much larger ongoing loss. Finally, technique number 5, the confident hold. This is for when you've done your homework, you know your price is fair for the market, and you know the value you deliver. Sometimes, the right move is no move at all.
This sounds terrifying. Just saying no?
Not saying no, it's about calmly and respectfully standing your ground. The script is, I respect that, and I want to be transparent. This is the investment required to deliver the result we've discussed. I'd rather be honest up front than overpromise and underdeliver.
Wow, that takes guts. But I can see how that would build massive respect. You're not desperate. You're saying, this is what it takes to do it right, and I won't compromise on that.
It's pure confidence, and high-value clients are attracted to that confidence. So those are the 5 tools. But just as important is knowing what not to do, the common mistakes.
Yeah, let's hear the big don'ts.
Mistake number 1, as we said, is immediately offering a discount. It signals your price was fluff.
Guilty. I've definitely done that in a moment of panic.
Mistake number 2 is over-explaining and justifying your price. You start listing every little thing they're getting. It just sounds defensive and insecure.
Oh, the but you get this and this and this approach. Yep, also done that.
And the third mistake is the empty empathy trap, saying I understand and then just stopping. It's a dead end. It doesn't move the conversation forward or address the underlying issue, which is the value gap.
So it all comes back to the same central idea.
Exactly. So the next time a client says those 2 words, don't flinch, don't discount, get curious, because the price was never really the problem. So here's the one thing to remember when you hear too expensive tomorrow.
The client isn't saying no to your price. They're saying yes to a better explanation of your value. Give them that conversation.